We're live.
Boys, girls, all my traumaholics out there, welcome back to R&J Reviews. I'm R, that's J, uh,
What?
and this is this week's episode
Time
of,
out, time out, time out, time out. I'm R and you're J.
yeah, just roll with it. And we are reviewing this week's episode of Once Upon a Time titled Devil's Due. And no, this is not the 2014 terrible horror movie. This is an episode of Once Upon a Time.
Yes. Also, allow me to apologize for getting this out so late. Where this is coming out at 12:20 EST and 9:20 PST. So very sorry for getting out so late, guys. But thank you for tuning in.
Yes. So this week's episode of Once Upon a Time, Devil's Due, what'd you think?
I didn't like the flashback at all.
That's pretty much synonymous with this half of the season, huh?
Yeah, the flashbacks haven't really been that good. I didn't really care. I didn't care for the flashback. Weak Rumple, no comment. How Mila met Hook, but Mila's a bitch, so she's just an awful character. You can't like her. I do have something to say about that, about Mila and Rumple. In order to get the potion to save little Bellfire, he sells his second-born child.
With no problem.
With no problem.
And that's what kind of made the flashback serve a purpose.
Yes, because that was the team point of it when we go into the end of the episode. But it's just like you willingly give up something that you might actually have one day. And he clearly didn't read the fine print of the contract, which said his child, not Mila's child.
Yeah.
Which is another ultimatum at the end of the episode.
However, the contract would be void for other reasons, but we're not going to do it.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, generally when people die, contracts, done. But
right. Well, Hades is not down here.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. On the off chance that even Rumpelstiltskin left, then Hades. We're not going to get into legalese.
You're right.
It's not worth our time. So that was the flashback. There was also a thing with the Atlantean snake that bit Balefire, which could be a slight foreshadow to Atlantis. Joe and I were just saying Atlantis would be cool, but does the snake have to be the reason Atlantis is coming, if at all?
Yeah, I don't see how that would be.
Like how on earth can an island way up in the middle of the ocean, if it isn't sunk, get a snake that comes to the Enchanted Forest?
There's been like Thor's hammer. I mean, there's been foreshadows.
Yeah, I want Thor. Not Marvel Thor, just Thor. I know you don't, but
yeah,
I told you why I thought Thor would work on the show.
What do you think of Hades? We got a little bit more of Hades this week.
I love him. I think Greg Germain is killing it, and I think the character is so vindictive and so evil that he's actually kind of scary, like as a villain. He's the most interesting villain we've had.
I thought he was stronger when he was first presented, but now it's just starting to become so kind of one note. He kind of just gives the same thing every time, the same kind of performance every single time, and there's kind of no differentiation. And it's so similar to Damien Dark in Arrow right now.
Well, I liked in the beginning how he's like, I'm not angry. Then he's like, I'm very angry. I actually really enjoyed that.
To me, for anyone watching Arrow out there, he's like a boring version of Damien Dark. He's not terrible. Boring. It's just like kind of needs to change things up a little bit for me.
I wouldn't call him boring.
Just his delivery, like he just kind of gives everything the same exact way. It's kind of like copy and paste from week to week.
Well, I will disagree with you there.
We're going to have to agree to disagree. But no, I don't hate him. It's just like a low problem I have is just kind of like annoying when I hear him speak. But I mean, he's definitely very intimidating as a character, right? I mean, he's a mask. He's completely destroying all these characters that we've seen.
He has more leverage over every character, and within 3 episodes of him being introduced, than any other villain has had.
Right.
He, at the end of the episode, he put Mary Margaret, Emma, and Regina's names all on slabs. He had Hook chained up and was going to drop him into a river of lost souls and have him lose his memory. Shocking memory loss. Once upon a time, he owns Rumpelstiltskin.
Wouldn't they have to die for him to put their names on the tombs? So what? They're just dead without even dying?
It doesn't actually make sense, but I guess because they're down there, he can pretty much pick and choose who gets to stay.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, he said he when he was telling Hook to do it, he said, "Whoever you pick will stay down here." So somehow the slab is making them stay. They probably need to destroy the slabs.
Oh, and can't Regina just separate her heart into two and put it into Robin, or get Robin's heart put into two and then split it with him?
He's not dead. Oh, I didn't think about that. But I don't know. I didn't think about that. I mean, I guess the same could even work with Henry because she loves Henry just as much, if not more.
Or yeah, so Emma can do that with Henry.
But then that still leaves the problem of Hook. And just to say, Charming can't do that with Snow White because he already has her heart in half, and so you can't split that half into a quarter.
Quarter
hearts.
He could split his into two halves, which of the whole thing would be quarters, and then put a quarter into.
So he gets a quarter. Mary Margaret gets a quarter,
and turning this into a math lesson. But there are kind of ways around all three of that.
Yes. However, and you said that you probably didn't care about this. I noted this a little while ago. In season 2, Emma couldn't get her heart pulled out, so I was wondering if it has nothing to do with the fact that she's dead. It's just the fact that she can't get it pulled out. But the writers could have totally forgotten about that.
I think they did. Because I think that would have been mentioned if they didn't forget about that.
But I honestly will say the second I saw the light, it was light, not darkness, that came off of her chest. I was like, oh, season 2, she can't do it. That was my first thought. But I'm wrong. Guess it's just it's okay if you disagree. It's okay. I mean, you're probably right. The writers just don't care.
Oh no, I think that's definitely what it is. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm saying I just don't think the writers are noticing.
Right. So, Hades has Hook in this episode. He has Hook, and he's torturing him.
Yes, and then that's when they get Mila and everything. And Mila became what we kind of said a few weeks ago would happen. It's a soul of the week gimmick.
Yep.
So
except she didn't get saved. She got thrown into the.
We said in the beginning some would be saved, some not so much.
Yep.
She was the not so much.
Yeah, she was literally shoved into a river of lost souls and gone forever. To be fair, I didn't feel bad for her though because I don't like her.
Even the characters that are bad characters, they're still kind of making you feel bad. Like Cora, you kind of felt bad for her at the end, even though she kind of got what she deserved. Same here with this one. She got what she deserved, but it was still.
I don't think that she deserved that at all. I just don't like the character, so I didn't feel bad for her.
Yeah, that's a true point too.
I don't think anyone deserves to be kicked into a river of lost souls and lose who you are.
Yeah.
So Hades told Hook write the names of the slabs. In the end, Hades just does it. Rumple and Mila team up. I thought that was a really interesting meeting when Emma meets Mila and when she meets Mila and she goes, "You've been with my son and my former lover." It just really makes you think of how ludicrous this show is.
Just all the connections, right? And then I said at the same time, I'm like, oh, go introduce Henry to another grandma.
I know. And a real grandmother, too.
Yeah.
Them adopted his biological grandma.
Yeah. So, the family tree just keeps getting bigger and bigger when you think of it.
It's just ridiculous. So I can't go without talking about it. My favorite part of the episode was Victoria Smurfit with Regina. I thought that was great. Cruella back.
She continues to kill it.
She's so great, and she's only in a few scenes too. But even in those few scenes, I love it. Apparently, Cruella's taken on the job as mayor right now. I guess
she's great.
She's so great.
She is that character, really. Like she lives it, and we said that when she was in the show. It was a shame that the arc when she was in the show was as weak as it was.
Yeah, but now they're kind of retconning it a little bit, at least for her.
Yeah, definitely. this is kind of her redemption, even though she wasn't, awful in the arc. The arc itself was bad. So
yeah, I mean, the character herself, she was actually very awful because she liked to kill for no reason other than to do it. But I think she's great. Also, just a little nod to the costume designer. I love how they had her big furry handbag in the restaurant when she puts it on the table. I was like, oh, well, the costume designer went all crazy for that one.
The Bambi's mother.
Bambi's mother's reference, yes, it was great. And also how Cruella, someone who clearly doesn't care about anyone else besides herself, was actually able to help Regina out to get her magic back.
Yeah.
It was actually, I'm not saying that she's going to be redeemed, because I don't think she needs to be redeemed, because if she goes good, like, she's not fun anymore. But
there's something there.
Yeah, there's something there. She's able to be good without having to actually be good. Though I wish that they would have talked about if she could get out of the underworld more in this episode, because that was a big thing last week.
Yeah, I mean, they're kind of just doing touch and go with some of these stuff, like Pan, like here and there.
Yeah. So I feel like there's only one thing we haven't covered about this episode. Well, there's two things. The first thing is Emma and Hook reunite. Captain Swan's happy.
Right.
I mean, everyone loves that. Now Emma and Hook are stuck in the underworld. They can't get them out. But here's the big thing. Rumple is going to have a new baby with Belle.
That was, I think, the best moment of the episode, because that is what Rumple so far this half of the season has just kind of been checked out.
I actually liked him in this episode too, which is funny.
He's just kind of been there. Mm-hmm. And this episode, like, it finally gave him some emotional investment. So he's got a reason to hate Hades at this point.
Yep.
And that's what you need to really keep your eye on, because that going forward, yeah, he's working for him now, but
oh crap.
Uh-oh. Well, we can't have a Once Upon a Time review with it.
Oh. You froze, by the way.
Oh, you froze, by the way.
I did not freeze.
Okay.
One of us froze. Either way, one of us froze. But just go back to what you're saying about Rumple and hating Hades.
Yeah, I mean, when Rumple hates a character, that's when things get kicked up.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
Yes, and more than likely they're going to end up beating Hades, because now they have him on his side. One thing I do find interesting, Baby Dark One, for one thing, because this kid is the product of his dark magic, because he had a.
Unless, is it possible that he had the baby when he wasn't the Dark One?
He was in a coma,
but he woke up. Remember, he was going to be the hero.
Yes, but he was running around trying not to die.
Yeah, but he could have. While running around.
More than likely, I'm right on this one.
Oh, okay. Well, she doesn't know she's pregnant, so it's very recent, and very recent would be him not being the Dark One.
Yes, but but they also had sex before that, after he became the Dark One too. Again.
Wait, before he became the Dark, right? Before
after in the mid-season finale.
Do they actually? There's like a kind of a scene that implies
she is in a bed with the blanket on her. It's the dawn.
Then that's the giveaway. Okay.
And he's looking at her, and it was and we thought he was good, and then he goes and tells Emma that he's the Dark One again.
Oh, then yeah, that's the giveaway.
That's the giveaway. This baby is the baby Dark One.
Yeah.
And Hades now wants the baby.
So Henry's going to be older than his
uncle.
His uncle?
His great uncle.
No, his great uncle would be Rumple's brother.
Wait a minute.
So his uncle.
Well, Neil's his dad.
Yeah.
And this is Neil's brother.
Yeah.
His uncle. You're right. So Henry will be older than his uncle.
Okay.
And little Neil, I don't even know what little Neil's connection to this would be.
Oh, yeah. The tree just keeps getting bigger and bigger.
He's the brother of the the sister of the mother.
It would take us the length of the whole season Once Upon a Time to try and
I think I can do it. Little Neil's sister is Emma, which makes Neil Henry's uncle. So again, Henry is already older than two of his uncles now. So I guess they would be brothers-in-laws, or maybe not related at all.
I don't know. I don't know where
in this review we have done math and family genetics.
Yeah, we're already trying to construct an Ancestry.com profile for a fictional TV show. So I think
which, by the way, the show even mocked last week too.
What?
It mocked the big family tree, like not Peter Pan, Hercules and Snow White joked about it in the Underworld.
Oh.
So I like that the show is becoming this self-referential.
Very self-aware.
Yes. So that's how it ends. Hades now owns Rumple without the dagger, which is interesting. That's what I thought was really interesting, is that he's able to control him without the object to control him.
Yeah, no, this is kind of a free will kind of control.
Literally, because Rumple could easily say you can have the baby.
Yeah.
He always could just say you can have the baby and then steal it. Take it back.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many ways around this. But yeah, so Rumple doesn't have the dagger. Hades doesn't have the dagger. He doesn't even care about that. But now the Lord of the Dead, the immortal Lord of the Dead, controls the immortal Dark One. And now he wants the immortal Dark One baby. Well, at the same time, he's keeping the Savior, the Evil Queen, and Snow White trapped in the underworld.
Things are heating up.
Yes. Ooh, was that a pun?
Not intended.
Well, that's pretty much the recap. I think this episode was a lot stronger than Labor of Love. They didn't introduce any new characters, which I think is a very strong point for this episode too, to not focus on other stories and to really focus on our main core characters.
And the spirit of the week.
Yes. Who's dead.
Right.
More dead.
Lost.
That works. So review is pretty much wrapped up. So we have a couple of your reviews to read out loud. You can go. You got two that you can read first, and I will read three, and then we're done.
Okay. So from Zeta.02 or 02, I was very emotional during it all. I liked it better than the last one, and the CS reunion was the best part. Catherine Swan. And I started to like Marla, but then she died.
Is Marla Mila?
Yeah, I think she might.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, and then we also have at BG_Sophia on Twitter said this episode had a better balance between plot and character moments than the latest ones. A lot happened tonight. I never thought they'd find Hook this soon, but now the plot's taken an interesting turn. Let's see how they'll solve this one.
Those are the two you got, right?
Yes.
Alrighty, cool. Oh boy. This is from Sarah Benedict. She wrote, "The writing over the River of Lost Souls said, 'Abandon all hope, ye who enter here.' That's from Pirates of the Caribbean. But I laughed when Hades said, 'Keep all arms and not hands, inside the boat.' His sass is 100% on point. The title made me sad. Poor Killian." Oh, excuse me. The title shot, like how the title screen is Killian being held up. Pan's magic pipe coming back when Rumple went back to the shop made me think of how Pan described its power in season 3. It can only be heard by those who feel lost or unloved. Is that possibly going to play a part in retrieving the lost souls from the river? I just wanted to say Robert Carlyle's acting in this episode did not disappoint me in the slightest. So many are angry with his character, but I personally think at this point he's going to do whatever it takes to get home. His white heart combined with all the power, including Savior Emma's magic. Not to digress from you, Sarah, but I don't think he has Emma's Savior magic. Must have some significance. I refuse to give up hope. I guess this show has taught me well. Mila, blah. In my opinion, she's a coward. If you remember, in 2:14, Rumple was called to the front lines to fight, and he was ready, almost excited to go. It was Mila who had no words of encouragement, but rather words of fear and doubt. And in Devil's Due, instead of doing what she thought was necessary, killing the healer, she tried to talk Rumple into it. Poof. Hades. Hades calling Hope contraband made me laugh. I love how they showed all of Emma's nursery props, the crib, the mobile, and the animal stuff inside her house. Not to mention the house that Hope picked up. The fact they referenced the sword and the stone that held Excalibur was great, connecting the plot from 5A. Honestly, I was confused about Mila meeting Killian. Again, I thought their first meeting was shown in the crocodile, but watching tonight's episode made it make sense. Clever writing. The 3 different gravestone statuses were pretty awesome. Way to symbolize where each souls are. I figured Daniel would have been knocked down since he had closure in the Doctor. Love again. It was nice to learn his last name. Blah, blah, blah. Rumple yelling Mila gave me chills. Bobby's a fantastic actor. I have so much more to say, but this is long enough for now. Sarah, thank you so much for your extensive long review. I greatly appreciate it. Now I'm going to run over to Instagram to read out 2 more, and then we are going to wrap this up. And thank you all of you who sent off your reviews, and I'm sorry for those of you who I wasn't able to get to. This is from Emily. Oh gosh, another long review from Emily too. I was actually very disappointed in this episode. People guessed what would happen in all forms of social media. The deal is okay, but it was kind of boring because Rumple is a coward again, and I'm disappointed in that they're going back to the storyline similar to 3B, which is how Zelena had Rumple. Meanwhile, Hook is saved. They can leave the underworld, and everything is peachy, basically, except for the missing heart and 3 new headstones. Hook didn't show any emotion towards Mila, and I was disappointed. The writers hit a lot of points in the storylines, but it was too much for the episode, and they all got drowned out. The next episode, Captain Swan. The next episode is Captain Swan, and we know they will be fine in the end. I'm thinking it will be boring again, and I am more interested in Emma/Liam than Killian/Liam. I'm assuming that you're interested in this, Emily, because you're wondering why Liam hates Emma from the trailer. The season started well, and now it's letting me down, but not much. Again, they wrapped up too many issues in a short span of time, such as Hook sparring Rumple, and the blue hair was back. Boo. Next week, no Zelena, Robin, Henry, and Charming, my bet. And that is my last thought. Sorry it's so long. You don't have to read the whole thing. You can just summarize, but I did just read the whole thing. So thank you, Emily, for your very long review of Once Upon a Time, Devil's Due. I greatly appreciate it. And my last review is from Sydney Stobert. Sydney, I think I might have said your name wrong. So please let me know in the comments how to say your name, or at least your last name. So I ship Rumble with all my broken heart, and this episode was so painful. I cried a lot at the end. I just wish Rumble could get a little peace and quiet for an arc or two, because of late they've been getting the back end of the bargain. The Mila Emma scene was actually pretty nice. I thought it would have been more awkward and competitive, but thankfully it was nice. I never expected Hook to have a flashback in this episode, so that was a surprise. Overall, the episode was painful but amazing, and the acting was incredible throughout the entire thing, in my opinion. Solid review, Sydney. Very good job. Thank you. Thank you for the 5 of you who, Sarah, Sydney, Sophia, Emily, Zeta, thank you all for your reviews. Anyone else we didn't get to, I'm very sorry, but send them in next time and we'll try to get to them. Devil's Due was solid, interesting. Baby Dark one on the way. Joe, any final thoughts?
No, I think we pretty much wrapped everything up.
Alrighty, guys, thank you so much for tuning into this long review of Once Upon a Time. Make sure to subscribe because it only takes this much effort to do so. Yes, I just stole that from Joe, but I'm not. But I disclaimed it, so I'm good.
Stealing the gimmick.
It's my gimmick. Now, Amar, that's Jay. We run R&J Reviews. We run other Robert. Thank you so much for checking this out, and we'll talk to you all soon. Bye, guys.